They survived the march. They survived the ocean. But survival was not freedom. When the ship finally stopped, there was no celebration. There was inventory. The survivors were brought above deck, blinking under a new sun. This was not home. This was the marketplace. They were washed. Not out of kindness, but to increase value. Oil was rubbed into their skin to make muscles shine. Wounds were hidden as best as possible. The sick were separated, teeth were inspected, arms were squeezed, scars were examined. They were no longer people, they were products. A wooden platform stood in the center of the square, one by one. They were pushed onto it. A man with a book called out numbers, another shouted prices, hands went. Up bids were made. A mother clutched her child, until someone bid on the child alone. She screamed. The crowd did not flinch. The child was sold. Then the mother, two different buyers. That was the design. Break the family, break the spirit, control the body. Strong young men fetched the highest prices. Women were examined in ways too degrading to describe. Children were treated as long-term. Investments. Some buyers checked backs for whipping tolerance. Others checked hands, looking for field strength. Every hammer strike ended a life as it once was as sold got sold. One boy stepped forward. He had survived the march. He had survived the ocean. He stood tall on the block. The auctioneer asked his name. He answered. The buyer shook his head. You have a new one now. And just like that, the last thing he owned was taken, his name, as wagons rolled away. The marketplace emptied, chains clanked against wood, dust settled, but something invisible remained, silence. The kind that follows injustice so loud it echoes through centuries. Millions walked, millions crossed, millions were sold. The transatlantic slave trade did not just move bodies, it fractured languages, it scattered bloodlines, it reshaped continents. But it did not erase humanity, because here you are. Listening, remembering, speaking, the walk of no return did not end at the shore. It became. History, and history must be told.